What's going on, beautiful people? D'Lo Brands back for another video. And today I'm going to be taking you guys through each and every relatively finished vibe coding project that I have had the pleasure of building out. Some of these I've connected domains to that are, working for clients. Others I've just been using to ideate. And the platforms that we use to build these out are either Lovable or Firebase Studio. Now, there's tons of other vibe coding platforms, but this is just my preferred platform. So, the first one we are going to get into is our my website for my graphic design agency called the Views Agency, and I wanted to rebuild this based on my previous website and kind of have still that same look, but we ended up, having a different look. So this is the homepage, large, 100% view height, hero section, book a call button that goes down to a form. And this definitely took some time to build out. I spent weeks building this out. Definitely just prompting, but a lot of this was me going inside of the code as well and just, changing picture links and stuff like that. I am not a programmer or anything like that, but we have a logo cloud right here, feature cards, and they have animations, HTML animations. Then we have these project type of cards that are for my portfolio to be able to showcase work and things of that nature. When you go inside of one of these, they have a dynamic content. So each and every one of the projects is not a specific page. It is basically a re-rendering using the information for that project, if you will. So really, really cool. Some of these, for example, well, no, those aren't AI, but you go to another project, you see the same type of layout, and I've just gone in here and plugged in showcase items, images, color palette, business card mock-up, stuff like that that are going to, you know, aid in that. And then we have a footer in each of them that has a book a free consultation that goes back to the homepage and goes to the contact form. Now, we do have this pricing right here. This goes to the contact form as well, but I'm going to change the flow of this to have their own forms. So for the marketing campaign design, it'll be a field that auto populates. And I've done this on another site that we will go over as well. So that's the home page, but I also wanted to show my favorite page, which is the Black Card page. So go to Black Card. Black Card is our unlimited design subscription where you have a certain number of requests and we get it done. So same logo cloud, but hero section with two buttons, join waitlist or claim a seat. Now this pop up its own modal, and this is sending to a specific database. And whenever you build out something inside of Firebase Studio, you have the benefit of all of the Firebase tools. So if you wanted to create a database to house contact form information or submissions, then you can do that, among so many other things, login credentials, projects, anything. So we have these cool feature cards right here. Then we have our pricing cards, monthly and quarterly. So really cool. Then it has an apply button and it takes them directly to the payment link for the card. So this is the actual dashboard. Now let me I don't want to skip a step because that didn't open in a new tab. So I definitely need to change that. Another section right here, another section right here for showcasing gallery images, designs we've done before, testimonials right here, and then similar FAQ section. Now these are linked to I thought they were. So I have to change those links. And there's little things like that you have to go in and continue to change. But if you go to dashboard, you have this dashboard right here. But let's sign out really quick. So this is the login page, and it has Firebase check on it, or what is it? Something check. Firebase has a product that allows you to, make sure, it's called app check. And it makes sure that the credentials being input are attached to the correct token, or a token is attached to that credential so that you're able to log in. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. We log in, we get this, and it, loads our account. And we even have this draggable Kanban board or Kanban board that, allows clients to control every part of the process so they know, what their next request they would like to be is in the queued, and then they can put some in drafts that they still need to add information to. Maybe they want to add, you know, some more items for us to use in this, and I still have to build out kind of the management window for this to be able to change the same fields as the new request. So adding files or changing the date or changing the priority, whatever. And so building out this functionality was definitely trial and error. I had to get Gemini and Claude and ChatGPT to work on that at the same time to get it to work. We also have a billing page where clients can see their payments, download their invoices if they want to, but also pause their subscriptions. So really, really cool. This use case I think is very good for if you're a smaller company and maybe you have a high ticket offer where you only service 5 clients. You can build out a dashboard like this, give it to them instead of, using Honeybook or another type of project management platform. You can just build out your own and, you know, have the ownership of all of that data. And so definitely it is going to be more guerrilla in terms, but it's a way that you can do it, and it's the way that I'm doing it. So my clients have access to this dashboard. They have their logins, they have their cards, everything is connected, and just building this out has been cool. But next we are going to go into AI Educate's website. So this is AI Educate. If you did not know, AI Educate is my AI education company where we focus on helping small businesses integrate AI into their workforce. And this is the website that we built out for it. I wanted to offer not only programs but also products on here and access to the videos. So full screen hero section, we have a banner at top with a countdown. This is not a dynamic countdown. It's not necessarily connected to anything. It's just, when a person comes on this page, start a countdown from 5 days. They have a sign up, which you click that, a modal pops up for you to grab your seat for the AI Pros community. And you can, answer this, and then you sign up now, and automation fires using Zapier agents. Excuse me. And so scroll down, our mission, our vision, features, our programs, join the wait list, opens a type form. And this is like a test type form that I was using, honestly. But, people submit that, and then their information gets captured. Definitely check out the website, aeducate.us. We have this cool section right here, which this is going to be more for kind of programs. So when we build out more programs, someone can say, hey, I want to learn about generative AI art, and the specific program that's going to teach you those things is going to show up, and instead of all of these other programs that do other things. So this is an AI component. So when you build inside of Firebase, you can embed AI components or create AI components natively. So if I go in here and say I want to build better apps, then you can press get recommendation. Of course it doesn't work, but I've used it before, and it basically goes through an AI prompt to get recommendations. Testimonial. Then we have this area that has embedded YouTube links. So if you click right here, then you can open the video, watch the video, whatever. So quick access to it directly on the website, and it has this scrolling effect as well. Now, if you go down here, you see the digital products. If you click on any of these, it's attached to a Stripe link so that you can go ahead and buy. View all would take you to the full products page. We haven't built that out for it yet, just because we only have 4 products right now. And then we have our contact form as well, which, all of these links are linked to the actual sections, and you'll see that on pretty much every site that we create. Now, this is the guided programs page. This is a separate page more for showcasing all of the programs and giving more information about that. I like this journey section, number 1, number 2, number 3, and really conventional, but it's just that the branding and kind of the showcase of information is going to change throughout pages on your website. These are of course connected to socials. thank you guys so much for all the support on the videos lately. I really appreciate it. But definitely check out the Instagram. I'm posting ChatGPT prompts and things like that on it. And yeah, that's AI Educate. We have this book call button that opens up my cal.com calendar so people can book directly in here. You can go 28th, let's do 1:30 p.m. You input all your information and then, we're hopping on a call. So that's AI Educate. And next we are going to go into a client website. So this is Early Estates, and Early Estates is a client we're working with right now. And we built out this landing page for them. So full screen background video with an announcement banner at the top. We have this button that scrolls all the way down to the contact form, which this contact form is of course integrated with a Zapier agent's automation, so that this is not only being put into their CRM, but also into a spreadsheet and sending a notification to them that a new lead has come in. And it actually gauges the lead based on what they're doing. So are you selling a home? Are you not? How did you find us? Select the floor plan. And also with this section up here, which has the floor plans, you can view the floor plan. Let's say, hey, I like the Savannah floor plan. I want this floor plan. It automatically populates down here. And these listings up here, they wanted to have a way to showcase the original listings from the original website. So we just created an image, text, paragraph type of section. And when you click any of these, it takes you to the original listing. And so it's done really well. So features section, showcasing kind of preliminary information about the subdivision. We have a gallery, which you click any of them, it'll enlarge. Really cool effect on those, and we're adding more images of the actual homes. Embedded videos, another feature section talking about things that are surrounding, and of course the contact form. These are being held inside of a Firebase Firestore as well, or Firebase storage as well. So this was a client website. This was paid, and this is another client website, and this is called basically the League, and they wanted to have a full entire application built out, a demo site built out, and so that's what we did. This is the landing page for it, just showcasing metrics, things that they want the audience that they're demoing the website to get the picture of, and having some products on here and also more call to actions. But you click that, you go to the login page, half by half. If you click return home, you go home, but that's just for demo purposes. So you log in, and this is the dashboard. So this is basically an education platform aimed at helping students to join sessions and join classes with entrepreneurs or people in other fields. And so it has a live stream window right here. It has a live chat that is, auto updating. It has advertisements that are fading through the advertisements. It has an ask a question button that opens a chat, and we'll get into messages, but it has this section down here that actually shows the assignments and details about the presenter. So this is like an assignment window. You click on this, you get the assignment description, the instructions, you can submit the files, blah, 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 all that stuff. Then you have resources, you can download the files, whatever. We go to the dashboard page. This is showcasing all of the classes that a student is currently enrolled in, what's their overall quiz score, how many assignments, et cetera, and also a leaderboard. Same thing, start assignment is going to bring up that same window. And then upcoming courses, you go to view calendar, and we'll get to that later. So inside of Notebook, this is basically the student's notebook. You have a notebook when you go to school. So what's inside of there? Your notes, your class assignments, your quizzes, things like that. So that's exactly what's in here. You go to quizzes, you press this button, and you can see your questions. You can see the ones you got incorrect, your actual explanation. So this is something that we built out for this client that is basically ready to go. It's just not integrated with a lot of the back-end functionality. So it's not usable for the actual audience to, for them to sell it to. This is strictly a demo site. So you also have dark mode, so you can turn the entire site into a dark mode. Some kids prefer that. And also you have notifications up here. So if you have lives coming up or you have an assignment due, we have a calendar. So this has events. You can view the events, add it to your calendar inside of this platform, or, actually join it with other people and see what's upcoming. This add event button is going to be for a different view for instructors. And you have a message component. So messaging back and forth. Nothing is actually going to send right now, or I guess it does. So, I didn't even know that functionality was built in, but that's kind of what vibe coding does. You don't exactly know everything that's in there. So, you have conversations with peer to peer and also peer to instructor, and also groups that are managed by instructors. So, really, really cool. Kind of built out here. I enjoyed it. We're actually still building it out. He actually just texted me. So I'll be probably making some changes on that. But the next one, last but not least, actually this is not the last but not least. So we're gonna go over one that we created for a healthcare company that focuses on diabetes management and foot care. So just a really clean website. I wanted it to be relatively simple because I wanted seniors to be able to go through and see everything that they need, and not have too much confusion. So this is an image. We built out all of these sections, a bunch of features, bunch of information, but also it has a lot of cool features. So it has the book a free consultation. You can choose your day and input all your information. You have the about us page. That's not added, but it at least created the link for it. Then we have services. So some of these pages are built out. They just have a bunch of feature components, so you can go ahead and book that service or whatever it may be. Then we have the foot care section, which is kind of the same thing, but it has an AI component in here with a form or a questionnaire to basically gauge, okay, what service is best for you, or do you need any help right now? And so usually if anybody says yes to any of these, they are going to see a recommendation that says urgent. So they're going to book a call immediately or book a consultation. FAQ down here, and you can kind of see a different look. For example, on the views agency, if we go back home, this FAQ has a different look because it's on brand for my company. But for this company, this one is on brand for this company. So this is the kind of difference between a person that is just going to build out a regular website and a person that's actually going to build out a website that's, looks very premium, is that I build out the entire brand for these companies that I work with, and then I give that to the AI to, build out the correct thing. Like, these are the type of icons that we use. These are the type of sections that we want it to look like. We have a blog where if you go in here, you see the blog session. We built all of that out, so it's ready to intake information and basically, be populated. It's just not all the way populated right now. So we have this contact us page, which allows, information capture, and that's pretty much it for this one. We're actually building out a app for this one, and definitely stay tuned for that. We've actually debuted a version of it in previous videos. I'll definitely, try to link it right here. But last but not least, we have our most recent client project, which this is nowhere near how this landing page is going to look. Her next move. So this is a seminar basically helping young girls that have been impacted by gun violence. And we built out this mock landing page before we built out the actual landing page. I wanted to ideate. We're building their brand right now, so I wanted to ideate. And this is just a one pager. All of these are linked to specific sections, but you see it has a smooth scroll functionality. That's something that you can genuinely say inside of a prompt, hey, create smooth scrolling CSS styling so that, every page has smooth scrolling. Or when I click something, it doesn't jump to the section, it actually just scrolls. So just simple sections here. It's Next.js and meet the speakers, sponsors. These are logo placeholders. And, I'm just saying, I pay maybe, less than $1 per month for these websites to be hosted and deployed through Firebase. I have my domain attached to this one. You see iaeducate.us. I have my domain attached to this one, theviewsagency.com. I have a domain attached to this one, B Corp Health. I have a domain attached to this one, yalegacy.web.app. And these are ways that people can create websites the same day and begin selling stuff. All you really need is a Stripe link and a picture of your product, and you can create your website in basically 20 minutes, basically 5 minutes if you know what you're doing. And so it's very, very, very powerful. But I definitely wanted to show you guys what's possible with vibe coding. And this is the beginning. When you step into some of the more complex topics of coding and making super cool enhancements or super cool features, then you really get into some crazy stuff. And we haven't even gone over every single thing that I've built inside of vibe coding. For example, I built this in Lovable. It starts at the login screen. It has the demo credentials. Sign in, bam, and it comes up with this dashboard. Now I'm ideating this for the agents that will actually be fulfilling the Black Card subscription. So these requests and things like that, they will show up in some form in this dashboard for the actual agents. So I'm building out different views, different platforms for different uses inside of my business, and they're going to come all together, and I'm going to have it all powered by most likely Firebase tools or maybe an external tool like Superbase possibly. But that's some of the stuff that I've built out. This one isn't built out pretty much at all except for preliminary stuff. But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys for stopping by. I hope you did learn something. Try out these vibe coding tools. Do not sit on the sideline. I've created project after project and I've deleted a ton. I've archived a ton of projects. Just keep trying and figure out the best possible ways to go about it. This layout that I've shown you guys with these websites, it's because I trial and errored. I know what to type in. And if you would like to learn what to type in, my best practices for vibe coding, I have prepared a free guide for you guys. Go down to the description, click the link, open the guide, make a copy of it. It's just a Google Doc, but it will save you so much time. And that's my gift to you. Thank you for watching this video. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. That's all I ask. Share it with somebody that is interested in AI as well. But this has been D-Lo Brands, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.